Have you ever wondered if the love that protected you was also the same love that kept you from growing? Have you ever felt that no matter how much your parents wanted the best for you, their excessive care turned into a prison? Instead of preparing you for the world, did they shield you from it? Protection is essential, but there's an invisible and very dangerous line between protecting and paralyzing, between caring and controlling, between loving and preventing the other from flourishing. Today, we were going to talk about a type of protection that seems like affection but can leave invisible and profound scars. The overprotection that suffocates, breeds insecurity, and steals a child's chance to become who they truly are. If you grew up afraid of making mistakes, afraid of taking risks, afraid of choosing, maybe the problem isn't you, but the kind of protection you received. Protection is natural. From birth, a parent's instinct is to ensure their child's survival. In the early years, this is crucial. Without parents, a child doesn't eat, doesn't get dressed, doesn't survive. But as the child grows, this instinct needs to mature alongside them. What was once physical care needs to become emotional support, encouragement for independence, and space for choices. But many parents don't make this transition. Out of fear, their own traumas, or an inability to cope with the idea of losing control over their child, they maintain a level of protection that's no longer healthy. It's suffocating. They continue making decisions, vetoing experiences, avoiding any risk, as if their child were still a baby. And the result is an insecure, dependent, emotionally fragile adult. Overprotective parents don't see that they're sabotaging their child's growth. They say it's for your own good, but in practice what they do is prevent the child from trying and failing, which is the foundation of learning. Make all the important decisions for them. Solve all problems before the child even faces them. Fill the child with fear of the world, of people, of life. Treat life like a battlefield the child can't face alone. The child grows up without developing emotional resilience because they were never allowed to fail, fall, get up, or decide. It's like a bird with wings that was never permitted to leave the nest. And when they finally try to fly, they fall, doubt themselves, feel weak, incompetent. And the worst part? They start to believe the problem lies within them, not in how they were raised. The effects of excessive protection become starkly apparent in adulthood. These are children who are afraid to make decisions on their own, feel guilty for disagreeing with their parents, develop anxiety and existential crises when facing normal life challenges, live with a paralyzing fear of failure, don't know who they are because they've always been what their parents wanted. Many reach adulthood without social skills, financial literacy, or the ability to handle frustrations, rejections, or responsibilities. And what's even crueler, when they try to break free and take control of their own lives, they're called ungrateful, cold, insensitive. It's a trap. If they stay close, they're manipulated. If they try to leave, they're guilt-tripped. Loving is not keeping a child tethered. Loving is preparing them to go. Protection is essential, but within healthy boundaries. True parental love teaches a child to face life, not to run from it. Here's the difference. Parents who prepare say, "Go ahead, try. If you fail, I'll be here." Overprotective parents say, "Don't go, I'll do it for you." Parents who prepare let their child face the consequences. Overprotective parents shield their child from consequences. Parents who prepare teach responsibility. Overprotective parents take on all responsibilities for their child. Not every overprotective parent is cruel. In fact, most are acting out of their own unhealed fears. They overprotect because they were hurt in childhood and don't want their children to go through the same. They don't trust the world, or even their own child. They fear losing control, the bond, or their sense of importance. Their identity is based on taking care of others. They confuse love with possession. These parents need to learn that caring is not the same as controlling, and that a child only becomes strong when allowed to fail, try, explore, take risks, and live. If you were an overprotected child, you probably still carry within you a child afraid to live. You may be an adult on the outside, but inside, there's a part of you that still expects someone to tell you what to do, someone to save you, protect you, tell you everything's okay. That child needs to be heard, embraced, and finally set free. Not to stop being cared for, but to learn to care for themselves. You can learn to make decisions, handle mistakes, take risks. But first, you need to understand, the excessive care you received wasn't your fault, but now it's your responsibility to break free. Here are key steps to break this cycle and rebuild your autonomy. 1. Acknowledge. Admit that you were overprotected and that it affected you emotionally. 2. Forgive without submitting. Understand that your parents did the best they could, but that doesn't mean staying bound to their decisions. 3. Take responsibility for your life. It hurts, but it also liberates. 4. Build courage gradually. Start making small decisions without consulting anyone. Learn from mistakes. 5. Seek professional help if needed. Therapy is a safe space to rebuild your identity. 6. Learn to handle discomfort. Growing pains hurt, but staying trapped hurts more. 7. Create a new model of love. If you become a parent one day, choose to protect without imprisoning. So, growing requires space, freedom, choices, and even stumbles. No amount of protection, however well-intentioned, can replace the value of learning from your own journey. If you were prevented from living because of a love that surrounded you with care but also fear, know this. You can still rebuild your path. You can still learn to trust yourself, take charge of your life, and discover who you truly are, far from the decisions made for you. And if you're a parent, remember, your child needs love, yes, but also autonomy. The best way to protect them is to prepare them to be strong, free, and whole in the world. Because true love is this. It's allowing the other to grow, even if it scares you. It's giving roots, but also wings. If this content resonated with you, touched your story, or made you reflect, then, like this video, it helps us reach more people who need to hear this message. Comment below. Your experience can inspire and support others. And of course, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications because here we talk about relationships with truth, empathy, and depth. You deserve to grow, be free, and be whole. Let's do this together.